What is going on, Static Fan? Welcome back to another video. As you guys saw in the thumbnail, we are going to be lowering the M3 today on some BC coilovers. I could have sworn I went with some BC extreme lows, and these do not look like extreme lows. I could have sworn that that's what I ordered, but it is what it is. I mean, I'm gonna have at least like an inch to lower, inch and a half maybe. A lot of people take the bottom lock collar off, but I don't know if I want to mess with that quite yet. I just want to see what the fitment's going to be like. I'm more likely going to have to max the coils out because I have been watching videos in the past, and to have some pretty decent fitment, you have to like max these out. I'm on the comp wheels, which are 20s, so I think this is pretty much all I need to have that good fitment. The other wheels, such as like the sport wheels and the other wheels that are not the comp wheels, you have, I think they're like 19s, which you need a little bit more low. But for this, for the 20s on the comp wheels, I think I should be fine. So you have to take this off. And these dumb bolts right here, which are E12s, they're like reverse German sockets. You have to take these off, and you have to take this whole brace off in order to get to the strut. So for those who don't know, to prevent you from making the same mistake that I almost made, I have a 17 comp, and I believe 17 and older, right here on the bolts, they're 3 bolts for the top hat. 17 and newer, they're 5 bolts. So you can tell there's 1, 2, 3. And then 4, and I think the 5th one's over here. So be very careful when you guys are ordering any type of suspension, whether it's bags or coils, because you got to make sure if you have either a 5 bolt or a 3 bolt. I almost made a mistake of getting a 3 bolt, which I didn't know, and that would have sucked because I would have like delayed more time in changing out the suspension. So check to see how many bolts the top hat is before ordering, because like I said, you have to either check if you're either a 5 bolt or a 3 bolt on the top hat. So again, you have to take off the 13 bolts right here for the strut brace, and then these little sockets right here, which are E12s, you have to take all that off in order to kind of release the top hat, and then from there you can do the suspension on the bottom, unbolt everything, and it should drop freely. About like 30 minutes in, maybe 25, 28 guesstimating. So what I did, of course, because I have the 5 bolt, like I said, on the top hat, you have the bolts right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't even count right now, I'm sorry. They are 16s, and you have to take the sway bar link off, which is also 16, which is this right here, for those who don't know what a sway bar end link is. Now I got to figure out a way to take the strut out of the knuckle itself, and it should slide right out, and then we should be putting the BC right in. So it doesn't seem too hard, but it is a little complicated if you don't have the proper tools, like like the E-sockets, which is kind of dumb, but it doesn't seem too hard. I got the strut out. Now I'm gonna put the BC in and kind of reverse everything what I did, and yeah, we should be set to go. I'm gonna deal, like I said, I'm gonna deal with the height, the adjustments on the height later. I just want to put them in because I don't want to run out of like daylight, because it's already about to be 2. I know it's 2, I know it's still early, but the sooner the better. So I already took the old strut out, now to put the BC in, but look at the difference on this. That is crazy. I don't know, is this an extreme low? I don't know, because I didn't order extreme low, but like there's literally like a 3-inch difference of the height. That's crazy. Coilover already came with all these nuts. They're either 13s or 1/2 inch, so that's what you're going to be replacing the bolts with. So that's that. I lowered it right now. I haven't even dropped the car, so I don't even know what it's going to sit like right now. The only thing I need to do now is put the end link on, everything back together. The bracket right here is supposed to go in between or in back of that little space right here. It's kind of hard to explain what it is, but when you guys do this, you'll see what I'm talking about. I messed up because I thought that this was supposed to be outside of the little brace right here, but it's actually supposed to be, let me see if I can get it to focus. It's actually supposed to be in the back. So you'll see what I'm talking about, like I said. So I'm gonna try to do the end link situation really quick. We are now on the passenger side. It's just like the driver's side. Just copy whatever you did on the driver's side, knock this side out. It's the same exact thing. Now we're starting on the rear. We got to do there's 3 bolts, the E bolts up here, and then we took the bolt over on the side of the control arm off over there. It's a 21. Was it the same thing on the other side, Emma, for the wrench?
Yeah.
For the nut?
Yeah.
The nut's also 21, so 20 and 21. And then the strut drops, and then we'll do the other side. We got Candy Cooks back in the house.
What the? So guys,
so to take the rear off, it's just the 3 E-bolts right here on the top, which you will see. Me and Fabian almost did the mistake of thinking that the bolts were inside the quarter panel in the trunk, because most cars are usually like that. We'll show you the other side because we barely start on this side. We still have the driver's side. So as I mentioned, you got to do the 3 E-bolts up here, and then drop the 21 over there in the back. and then which is a 21 bolt and a 21 socket. And it'll have the whole control arm basically fall out like that, which will allow you to have access to the spring and allow you to have room so you can drop the strut. You have to take this top hat off and you have to put it on the BC, which is kind of dumb. Yeah, it's kind of dumb. You know, you would have assumed that, you know, BC would have provided with top hats. Last but not least, the final strut that we have to do, which is the left rear, driver's side rear, whichever way you want to call it. So now that we did the passenger side, this one, it shouldn't take too long. So in reference, just to make this a little easier so I can explain, all you literally have to do is take these three, what are they, like E12 bolts off. And after that, let me get on the bottom real quick, because I watched a whole bunch of videos, and a whole bunch of videos, like, they kind of explain things a little bit difficult the way we tried it to do their way, and our way was a lot easier. So you take those three off at the top, and then you take this one off, which is pointed at.
Take the rear, it's a 21 bolt, 21 nut. Take the strut bolt off, it's an 18 bolt, 18 nut.
And what this is gonna do?
Take the camber bolt off.
Yeah, do not mess with the camber bolt. So once you take
Wait, hold on. F that guy who said that. All right, go.
So the reason why is because when you mess with this one, the camera one, it's not really gonna do anything with the hub. It's just gonna basically like mess with the adjustment. The reason why I say do this one and do this one, because as you can tell over here, there's really no adjustment for the end of the control arm. So if you
just listen to us, it's easy.
Yeah, if you take this one off and this one off, this side of the control arm is literally just gonna collapse, and this one's gonna stay in place. Yeah, it's gonna be so much easier. So fitment looks, oh my goodness. The back hasn't settled in yet, but I don't think anything's settled in yet. Hey, how long does it usually take? Like a week? About like a week. So this is the way the current fitment looks right now. Back, I might lower a little bit more because I like the fitment, but personally the way I want it is like the gap from the floor to the skirt here and here. I want it to be leveled all across. So what I'm probably gonna do is I'm probably gonna give it like a week to see how much it'll settle. And if it's not like the way I want it to, then I'll probably just lower the back a hair. Maybe just to tuck it a little bit. I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna give it like a week and a half just to see what it looks like after it settles. But you guys, oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say right now. Famous car over here with the TEs. Damn, that shit looks good.